Hi sewing friends, welcome to my sewing room. My name is Beth and today I am working on the little Christmas quilt along that I started a few videos back. There is a playlist for the different blocks that I'll be adding to my quilt. This block is called Road to Oklahoma and I need 6 3-inch squares from red and 6 3-inch squares from the background fabric. I also need 3.5-inch squares, 2 from background and 2 3.5-inch green squares. This is another block that's using 2 colors and I love that cherry fabric, so I'm using that again. And before I put my block together, I need to make my half square triangles using the 2 greens and the 2 backgrounds that are 3.5 inches. After drawing diagonal lines from corner to corner on the back of my fabric with right sides together, I will sew on either side of the pencil line and then I will cut right along that pencil line to make 2 half square triangles out of each of these square sets. After pressing my squares open, I'm going to trim them all to 3 inches. And I didn't need to trim very much at all. If you're not getting to quite 3 inches after sewing together, you might want to cut your squares just a little bit bigger. I cut mine at 3.5 inches and that gave me just enough room to make my 3-inch half square triangles. First, I took my 6 red squares, actually I'm taking 4 here, and I'm setting them all out in a diagonal line because I have red squares going right through the middle of my block. Then I took my background fabrics and I laid them out right next to the reds. So I should have 6 background fabrics surrounding my red line of squares. After doing that, I took my greens and I pointed those green triangles at each other. There, it's not quite right. There we go. Pointing the, I sort of think of them as arrows and they're pointing at each other. And then I put 2 reds in the corners and then I just sewed my block together in rows and then put those rows together. In this Christmas quilt, I am making 2 of every block except for the very last one that we'll make. And for my second block here, I am using a mixture of background fabrics because I had some leftover squares from previous blocks. I thought it might be nice to just use up some of those squares that were left over, and I think that the background fabrics are close enough it's not going to be really noticeable when the quilt is all put together. Here are some of the blocks that we've made so far, and like I've said, I've made 2 of every design so far, and there is also an alternate block. Everything is in the playlist, all the blocks, and I've tried to add patterns on my blog. So down in the description box you will see the information needed, and I enjoy sewing with you, and I will see you next time.